our guys on it. But hello,
Hello.
welcome to the stream. Oh, by the way, if you're in the chat, you can catch that star, as in the Wii, if you type exclamation jump at the right time.
This is the ideal way of watching
this is the best way to watch it, with the Moe's in the way. So.
And the emotes in front.
So, we're going to be talking about this animation today, and whatever you want to ask us.
In 50 minutes, we'll have Alex here.
Yeah.
Who voices
this.
the character of Lex.
Alex painted this.
And some small
and
other
did some
things
in-betweens and some other art. We have Marie joining us, who is the voice actor for Marie. She did the vocals in the song, so if you were wondering, because I know somebody on Twitter asked where the vocals come from, they thought it was from Rhythm Heaven.
Yeah. We'll also have our friend Nabil come in, who
boarded a couple of shots. We didn't use one of the boards, and then did the whole that shot. And we have the musician ViktorRKraus, who did the music.
What points did you work on / did you enjoy working on the most?
Are you talking about me or?
Well, I didn't do anything, so
Johnny didn't do anything. I did like 90% of it.
I'm just happy to be
basically
here.
Everything that I didn't mention just now, I did. Everything I didn't mention, one of the other people just did. No, that's not true. Nick and Lassa did some stuff as well. I commissioned the music first, so I asked Viktor to make the music. And then from that, I already knew I wanted to make some kind of intro, like anime intro.
Chester Sunny's, what's the shortcut for that?
Here. And after that, I kind of was able to visualize a lot of this already. And I think I have layouts for it. So this is like the first thing I sketched. Like, really basic.
Minstrom said, so did you settle on the order of shots immediately? It looks like these thumbnails are already in the finalized order.
Like I said, I heard the music, and I already knew what the start sequence should be, which is to say, no faces.
Show it again.
Up until the cards.
Animation.
I will. But I mean, not until the part where the cards come on, there's no, like, full character, and even these are, like, stylized characters, they're not the actual characters. So until this shot, which is also when the music slightly changes, I think the drums come in here, I already had imagined that there would be no full character being shown, like, up until the music changes a little bit. Like, yeah. And then this was gonna be on my way skiing off Suki, but we turned it into a
kick skateboard, yeah.
Later. And this was the original one, like the car shot with all the crazy things happening in the background was originally going to be just Lex and Jester walking forward. Not as dramatic.
Was the whole like car idea Marie's idea?
I had the idea, but Marie boarded it. So I'll show you some of those as well. Viktor gave me music, and I had certain intros that I already really liked the vibe of. For example, the Pop Team Epic intro. So a lot of the shots are based on shots from other anime intros, or not based on, but like
taking
inspired.
A lot of inspiration.
Yeah.
And
so I'll show you that.
Once you see it, I don't think you can unsee it because a lot of
it is... sorry if this ruins the magic a little bit, but you can tell that we kind of like borrowed a lot of ideas from other animes. But that's the point, because it's a homage to anime openings. This also, we cut the TV shot.
But that would have been fun. Jojo.
Yeah, there's a lot of like stuff that we basically like. That is almost 1-to-1 with layout.
But what it became
is really impressive.
So
yeah.
Cooler. That's almost.
Welcome, Doodle.
Welcome.
And this, like, almost looks exactly the same, but I did actually animate the whole thing.
Yeah.
So you can see where the influence came from. So, like, I was like, okay, I want there to be close-ups, but I'm not very good at drawing framing things. So using existing framings like this, and then, like, it goes into, like, a medium shot, like, half body up. I was like, oh, I like how that transitions, so I'm going to do the same transition from a close-up to a half body shot or whatever. And then same with, like, like I mean that sequence, this sequence, it's like close up then to a full body, and it's almost the same layout exactly.
However,
but
I feel
obviously
like the idea you
yeah.
went with having it be a marching band is so good, and the background artist Friday, they did so many beautiful backgrounds.
They did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Friday really did a good job.
This is not the original boards. This is just like some of the boards that I could find, because I don't know exactly where some of the original boards are. I think we have some of them.
On that topic,
here.
Jesse had an unfortunate accident in the middle of this production. We were house sitting at a house that had an extra story, and while working, Jesse accidentally pushed.
I literally dropped the hard drive off the whole first floor.
Yeah, like the external hard drive, and it broke.
Yeah.
And that meant a lot of the work on this, and also your client work, was just inaccessible.
Yeah.
Had to get that fixed for a lot of dollars.
Yeah. So this is the original board that Lassa did for the, like, what is now the Earth shot. Yeah. I thought, like, I like the idea of Maui transforming into the different characters, but it's not colorful enough because Maui is just white. So that's the only problem I really had with it. I couldn't think of a way that it would look pretty enough for that bit.
The reason why I brought up that accident is because maybe some things were lost in that process.
Yeah, that's why I have to, like, I can't find everything. So this is like all the boards at a certain point. So no animation sort of in this version. You can tell it's kind of like basically it, though.
So some of the
some of those are still there.
Jojo.
So that's Marie's board. That's Nabil's sword.
Oh, we should look at that some more, because that actually changed quite a bit.
Yeah. That was the original shot.
Oh, I forgot about that. That's such a funny idea.
There were 3 original shots. Let me play this through. That shot kept changing almost up until the very end. Like, this shot went through like 4 iterations because I just couldn't find anything I was satisfied with. Like, all of these. This one was Kix kind of hugging the two of them, Rovi and Nabil. This one was also just like a bit cheesy, in the way that like any characters could do this. Why does it have to be these 3? It's also very similar to the other dance shot. And then this one is also kind of like, it's just a bit cheesy. It just feels like it could be any character in any show, sort of thing. And so could the final one that we ended up with, but at least it kind of looks visually different. So as you can see, the framing changed a lot, and also the background. Like these two, Kix and Jester was basically the same, but then you have Borga Alex.
Borga Alex.
We never had Borga Lex.
Oh, that's funny. I forgot about that.
There was Borga. That's basically the same as well. You want to see? These are the roughs. So the rough animations.
Let's watch it again.
You can see the lighting on some of those shots.
Oh, these are the roughs, yeah. Seeing it here first, folks.
This just doesn't have the background. I did that while we were playing D&D.
A lot of downtime in D&D, I guess.
How long did you work on this? Since November, but not constantly, because the hard drive broke and I had other work at the time, so probably, like, if I squeezed it together, closer to 3 months then. Or 2 months than 3.
Thank you, Doodle. You work fast.
I work really fast.
You work really fast. It's something you constantly say as well.
Yeah, because I hyper focus on it. It's really, it's. I mean, like ages ago, I think Sleepy asked what I worked on, and I did all of this except for the ones we've been pointing out. This was so the reason why this is not a rough is because it's just drawings and it's all in After Effects, so there's no animation.
You did this really early.
This was the first thing we did. You know why? You know how you can tell. Lex doesn't have a pig nose in this. This is the pre-updated. This is the pre-updated turnarounds drawings. These were probably drawn in November, actually, and so that's when I love
how everyone is kind of chill on this except for Skiff, who's just a dick.
So the reason why I drew them like this is the 3/4 pose, because all of these have their mouth open, so you can see the color for the inside of their mouths, and all of them have their hand out, so you can see how their like thumb looks, sort of underhand looks. So all of the turnarounds have like specific poses, and like this pose is supposed to show what the leg bend looks like as well.
Oh, can you go back to that? Jester in portrait looks cursed.
You don't like portrait, Jester?
No, it's great. I love it. It's just funny. You don't see that often. You need to add a Family Guy death pose.
I already did a Family Guy death pose in the eggs animation.
That's true, but you need to do it on the turnarounds.
Oh, in the turnarounds.
So you can get the full context of what if they're like this.
This is less as rough. And then less as rough with my draw of this. This is like, I mean, if we can you just turn off our VTubers for a second?
Yes.
You missed it was already there. Yeah,
just that.
So like I asked Felessa to draw like a jacket. Like Jester flipping the jacket. And I think he did a little bit too much. He did the light blue one. He did a little bit too much, so I went over it with a more subtle kind of jacket flip.
You actually asked me to put on a leather jacket, and
I got video reference for you
and do something like that while you filmed it. So you had a reference.
Nick animated this, and I did the draw overs in red to just give them a little bit more. If you don't know how to do waving like in the wind, just draw a circle, like on this flag. Just draw a circle and move it along. Like, imagine it's moving. You see how I've drawn the flag here? Mm-hmm. So imagine it's moving in the direction of the wind.
Oh, and like it's rolling it.
Yeah, it's rolling it. So that's how you make a wave. And that's how I did the tails as well. So you can see I've erased a circle here.
That's such a clever tip. It is.
It's for anyone who's doing like seaweed or like wind flapping thing. That's
just put a circle on it.
That's all you have to do. You just do circles. There's a lot to look at here. I mean, we can look at them in the finished one as well, but we'll stop famous.
So this very brief shot of a waiter Nabil tripping on a Marie.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, Jesse has been doing made like a calendar, like made a drawing for each character and then some.
Every month,
and made a calendar.
That's a coffee wallpaper perk. Mm-hmm. If you join my coffee,
so if you join,
you can download the image high res.
If you give Jesse money, you can get this and many more.
And by money, it's just $2.
Hey, it's just $2. What up?
I was literally going to ask if there was a reason why I used it. I just think it's a very funny Like him tripping on the moe and then dropping the wine and the turkey.
Oh yeah.
I was telling Johnny yesterday that the characters are offset when they move to make they look like they're moving more when they're offset.
It's like look at Chester and Skiff and how they move at different frames.
It's really funny. And this is just what it looks like behind Jester. It's just
it's just the hand.
It's just the hand. And Alex in between this so I had this and it was on like 10s or something and it looked kind of bad. So now we can talk about everything.
Let's talk about everything all the time.
Yeah. So you'll notice that every shot has noise on it. Like I don't think you can see it very well, but it makes it not look as even. Like it kind of looks like dotty.
Yeah.
Every shot has chromatic aberration on it, which is this where the lines separate and it becomes red and blue, sort of. the way the cameras usually do it. And the thing, this is like a slight pet peeve when I see other people do chromatic aberration, quote unquote, wrong. Because how it happens on a camera is that the lens in the center is almost always in focus, but the lens on the outside loses a bit of focus. So the chromatic aberration is never in the middle. Like, this line is perfect right here. But then out here, the further out it goes, the more the blue and red separate.
Oh.
So that's intentionally done like that. So it looks like a lens problem more than it looks like somebody just shifted the channels apart.
Yeah, yeah.
A bit of a nerdy, like,
oh, that's cool.
A nerdy compositing stuff for you. Color scripting is what storyboarding is for colors. So Friday is the lead color designer for this, and I gave them this but blank.
Oh, so they colored it in.
And I wrote these things. Yes. And I wrote these things like, this is the same shot as this. That's what the pink means. So use the same color. The colors are so tricky. Yeah, exactly. Like, if you have to think about everything all at once, it's really tricky. So having them plan out the colors before we get to the coloring stage makes it so much better.
Yeah. I can't believe how few views this has on YouTube. This is in the 1% of top animation quality. I hope you guys attend far more success coming months.
In the last few years, I feel like the only animator that has the views that I think they deserve is Worthy Kids.
Worthy Kids is worthy.
Yeah, no, I'm saying Worthy Kids is like super popular, and I'm so glad that is super popular. But that's like the only animator on YouTube that I think has the views that they deserve.
I can't pick my favorite shot because it's either the floating shot, or it's the car shot, or it is the.
It's one of the chaotic ones.
Yeah.
So this is like built. This is not a drawn background. This is just built from After Effects. It is a solid.
I know what it is, but I have no idea how it's done.
This is how the shot started. As a blue, like, I color picked. I got the color script open. We put in a light, which is also a solid, but with a mask.
What's a solid?
A solid is like a big square that's one color. Mm-hmm. And this is what the animation looks like just by itself. Like, without anything else. And then this is the rim light layer. That's what it looked like coming out of the animation program. And then we put a blur on it. And we put a roughen edges just so it looks like not as light, sort of, I guess. And then I filled it in a pink color because that looked more like what this looked like. And then I put it on a lighting mode. So that's that. And then there's the particles, which is like literally just generated particles.
That's so many steps.
Yeah, that's just to make a, you know, like
half a second shot,
less than half a second shot look a little nicer.
And you've done comping on
everything's got comp.
Some of it is kind of cool to go into detail with, for sure.
And then the thing that Johnny was pointing out was I was saying that I composited these like lens flares in, but when the hand goes over it, the light source disappears, but the flare still stays. So like, yeah, that's an intentional thing that we did in comp that didn't just happen.
And it's so brief that
nobody would see this. I just want to point out that this transition working was such a relief because I wasn't sure if I would be able to pull off these two shots feeling like they go into each other, sort of. We have the earth going to the right, and then we have an impact kind of shape, and like the rest of the shot unfolding from that circle, but then the logo comes in afterwards. So the logo kind of lags behind the ball. And then the Moe's coming out from the source.
How do you even plan out the planet shot? Is there some secret like with the waving flag and the ball?
No, I just did it. I just freehanded it. This is the shot you're talking about, right?
Planet shot.
That's how it was planned.
That's a really fun one. This one. That is film, like a video.
That's live action.
With live action.
That's a lot of filters put on top of it.
But there's a fun story with that because
I was dyeing cotton balls pink and
so
stuff.
Getting those cotton balls right took you days, technically speaking.
Yeah. Some photos. You don't even get to see this one, but that's okay.
Oh, here we go.
So these particles are also After Effects. These are particles. After Effects. Maybe we remove us for a second.
Yes. There we go.
A lot to see here. Friday drew the background of the sun as well, including the ground.
Mm-hmm.
So I was saying
I jokingly said to Friday and the rest of the gang, you can tell that the background artist is Danish because there's bikes in this shot.
Yeah, there's bikes.
Oh, hey, the anarchy symbol.
And there's an anarchy symbol.
Oh,
there's a few things hidden in the skate park shot as well. I love Rovi in this shot. So the other thing that was really funny was that Friday gave me this background with these flagpoles completely empty. They gave me this background with these poles, and I just assumed they wanted
without a flag.
Without a flag. And I just assumed they wanted me to put flags on them. So, like, the next morning when they woke up, I put flags on them and showed them. And they're like, oh, yes, exactly, I forgot to tell you.
That were animated as well. Yeah, just to clarify.
Yeah, these are done in After Effects. So we just kind of had a same brain cell moment where they were like, oh, yeah, Jesse will take care of the flags. And then I did when I woke up. And also, I pointed out to Johnny yesterday that there's actually quite a lot of comp in this shot as well. Like, because the characters kind of look very flat up against each other, so I put in drop shadows. So, like, you can see on Skiff here, there's like a shadow behind his arm. So, Nick animated the base, the roughs of these characters. I cleaned them up and colored them. I drew the car.
Oh man, I really love Viktor's work in Spookware. Yeah, that's how we came across him. I will ask a little bit into what he did with Spookware, because sure, we're gonna talk about this animation a lot, but I just want to know what their process are.
His processes.
His process.
I'm
gonna kind of do that with everyone. Like,
let's talk about all the details in this. Like,
yes. Oh my god.
All the Sookies are drawn by Alex, who should be coming soon.
Mm-hmm.
That
I love this.
Those two are drawn by Alex. Most people don't even see them when they watch this animation. But that Lex and that Maui is drawn by Alex.
That's so good.
Lex
in the background, yeah, right?
As a base rule, if I don't mention anything, it's because I did it. So if you want to point out things that I did, it's because I forget to mention them. So everything else is me. The clay on the mill is like pasty. Yeah, it's really I used soft clay that was like crackling. These photos
is the eye and the wings on the nabil
paper.
Oh, they're actually there in the photos.
Yeah, they're in the photo. These are the photos I took, and then I color corrected them because obviously he's supposed to be orange, and I flipped them because I took the photo.
Don't mind that.
So,
real quick for this shot, the falling fruit.
Those are Nick's photos. Those are not stock images of photos.
Yeah, those are photos that Nick took, and then he would
shout out to Nick. So look at how many photos he took for me. It's so great. So when they hit Nick drew that as well, the bang.
That's also made out of paper, right?
And then it's made out of actual. It's a real drawing. And then these like fruits fly around the place. So all of the fruit
it's very Tamagotchi life. No, that's not what it's called.
Tomodachi
life esque. How it's like real fruit.
Yeah. So we have.
It's so much fun knowing every background element has its own story to tell. Yeah. Where did the name come from? Wapish asks.
I was brainstorming names with people, and it incorporates the mixed media kind of like whatever kind of skit show element of something. That's the something, and the soup is also just, to me, soup is like a very good word for something that is kind of messy, but also
it's a blended mix.
It's a blended mix of things is kind of the point. The color page for Ruby is evil. Yes, so originally Friday drew this, and I said, that's funny, but I don't want it because I like the idea of Rovi being a really sweet little baby, because the whole point of Rescue, the animation we did before this, is that Rovi is no longer an evil robot. So I was like, yes, I like the palette, I like the concept, and I like big Rovi, but I don't want Rovi to be. Not for this. So this is the fruit.
Comes pow, bang.
So it just uses like
images. And that banana is purple.
Yeah.
Love that.
Review is just a little robot. Exactly. So, this is another one of Friday's wallpapers. Very pretty.
Let's look at that.
Lots
graffiti.
of details. Some of the graffiti, like I did that graffiti, and I did this graffiti that I'm in front of.
Let's just
So just a graffiti. It was from that doodle that I did ages
ago. I wonder who made that.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, you made some tags.
I made some tags. They're not very good. I feel like I'm not really good at this kind of.
Also, I never realized that Kix was stunting off the Suki.
Yeah.
And she's so surprised too.
Yeah.
Hey.
We pointed out.
You're surprised.
Friday pointed out.
She's surprised.
Last time we were like talking about this, that it's really funny that they're at a skate park where there's a million ramps and they still use, and he's still using Suki.
Yeah.
So I think this one is like pretty. This one is pretty realistic looking graffiti.
Because it's unrateable. Because it's so fat.
Was that
us? Yes. Alex will be here in 5 minutes.
Sweet. Okay.
Yeah, that's a knock.
Give us a second to set up.
Just a sec. I mean, yeah, just come in.
Alright. Let's swap our things. Hi, Alex.
Hello. Everyone can still hear us?
Yes.
Yeah, we're just going to set up because we only have the 2 cameras, so I will change out.
Anyway, Alex is here.
Hello.
Hello, this is Alex.
Get off this.
It's me, Alex.
Let's get off this.
I'm the
You're the voice of
the
Lex.
famous character Lex.
Yeah, that's right. And you did a lot of stuff on this animation.
Yeah, I did.
So this is we were just talking about the skateboard a little while ago.
Yeah, that's right.
Kix was skateboard, melon skateboard.
Okay, before we move on,
yeah.
Who are you, and what do you do? Just give a proper introduction.
Like Alex or Lex?
You, the artist.
Me, actually you, my friend.
I'm Alex, and I like to draw.
Yeah.
I've done some animation. I have a degree in animation.
But you're mostly into the still drawings.
Yeah, I like doing.
They say hi, Alex.
Hi, everyone. Hey, you're all looking pretty hot.
Hey, people are saying you're looking pretty hot too.
Oh.
How did you come up with?
How did you come up with Lex persona? General question.
That was that comic.
Oh, I mean, the character for Lex is almost exclusively that's Jesse's work.
Yeah,
like Jesse's the one that writes all the characters and stuff, and bases them on us.
Yeah.
And inputs here and there from us, but it's mostly Jesse.
It was that birthday comic ages ago. You can talk about because you were starting to talk about this. So
yeah,
you came up. You decided when we were looking at the color scripts, you thought, and the boards in motion, you thought it'd be really cool.
Yeah,
that it was a painting instead of just the animation.
Yeah, it was just a very we were looking at the color script together and spitballing some ideas, and I just said, it'd be funny if that was just like a still frame, like a gross up.
And we know, of course, because we have talked a lot about this already, but finding the right reference picture was a challenge for that Predator meme. You want to go through that? Yeah,
it's very funny. I mean, the other stuff I've done on Jess Animation has almost exclusively been static art.
Yeah.
I don't know if do they know about Benjamin's Descent, or is that something else?
They probably don't. I mean, unless you follow my YouTube, there's
there's another video where I painted a bunch of 2D assets to be manipulated.
Yeah.
In After Effects, sort of definitely inspired by the Group Inuo music videos. If you haven't seen Group Inuo Heart, that's a great music video. You'll see what I mean. Funny. This is kind of like a departure from my regular style.
This is just a normal static painting.
Yeah, but I love doing this for the soup animations. I also did the 3D heart and eggs.
Yeah,
and that was fun. I don't know, something about making a weirdly rendered
over detailed,
but still goofy piece.
Yeah.
I want to point out that you purposely only gave Chester 3 fingers for this. I mean 4 fingers in total, but you can only see.
Yeah. I mean that was like I asked.
Yeah, I said I should have 3.
Should I give them 4 fingers for this shot? And
because it should hook up to this.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good point. Would be weird if it didn't.
You can tell that but you did separate the arms, so I could. You see how they are closer together at the start, and then they kind of settle out. And
then for the painting, I was looking at reference, and originally I was just looking at a screenshot from the film, but all the screenshots I could find on Google were like pretty low quality. Then I found an edited version of it where it's like it's not the one from the meme where it's a painting; it's a different painting that has been done.
It's someone else's
digitally,
painting,
different one, but it's more sort of crisp. And it looks more or less like the handshake. It's just, but it was them in front of an American flag. But for some reason, someone made an edit of that painting and edited out the American flag and made it in front of a Union Jack instead. And for some reason, that was even more crisp. So I was using a painting of the arms shaking in front of a Union Jack for reference,
which was like 2 layers of separation from the original.
Yeah,
Predator.
But it was the best.
But it worked. I mean, it looks really good.
Oh, yes, and
so I base boosted the
Jesse
coloring.
Base boosted the coloring, which
in
for this kind of painting only adds to it, honestly.
So like the rim lighting is stronger in the comp. It's 2 British men in front of the Union Jack.
It's two very aggressively British men.
Yeah.
One of them was Arnold Schwarzenegger.
And then one of them says, "Oh, you son of a friend," and they go and they have a nice proper British handshake
and a little kiss.
Yeah. So the other thing that's funny about this is you asked if you should draw fingernails, and I was like, no, I don't think you should.
I think you said, if you want, and then I started doing preliminary fingernails.
And
I just said, this looks awful.
Yeah, it was too scary. You got the little guys in the corner.
Oh, yeah, I love it.
So in the board, Jesse had just drawn some cookies and duplicated them, and just to have them like sort of rotate.
Respect.
Oh, respect!
Is that our first respect?
So there's like these Sookies that used to rotate around the hill. But then we ended up with this. Where they just kind of appear. And yes, we've step framed through this before a little bit earlier, but you can appreciate all the funny faces.
Do you have any comments on each face?
Hey Peter. Holy crap, Lois! I'm a palm tree.
True.
Those are my comments.
Yeah. And then these funny little creatures, Peter Griffin. Hi, Birdco, welcome to the stream.
Yeah.
So these funny little creatures you just doodled while we were sitting at the art market we went to.
And well, I mean, my favorite shot actually is just the car one.
Yeah.
It's kind of several shots as well, but there's just, and I love this one as well. The background is so gorgeous, and I've said many times before, but Skiff's head turn in this is just, I love it. I don't know
he
why.
has like his warp cycle is not just it's not just like repeating.
But
here, so
question for the cast and crew. Remember the time Peter had an extended fight scene with a giant man chicken?
Yes.
Yeah,
of course.
I do remember that. I remember that. I'm glad it only happened once.
I should read the questions before I.
No, you should say them. You should say them out loud.
Yeah.
Say it. Let's talk about this. Somebody in the chat earlier said this was their favorite show.
It is so nice. This one was very awesome to see because there was just sort of like a placeholder here for the longest time.
Yeah, it was the pixels.
And then Jesse just sort of knocked it out in
I did it when we were playing D&D.
Yeah.
Like I did the ref when we were playing D&D.
It was so awesome because there was just a placeholder there and then suddenly this.
Yeah.
And I remember
it's so animated compared to the placeholder.
And I remember you were worried about the colours. You weren't sure whether or not they were good when you sort of put down the suggestion.
What liquid are we in?
Dr. Pepper.
It's very green though.
Sorry, Mountain Dew. Sorry,
that's better. That's better.
Yeah, Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew.
Can we just do Mountain Dew?
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
That's pretty fun. Also, like, I put a filter in After Effects so it looks like they're underwater.
It's so nice to see Suki's like expression, like change.
She's just like, yay!
I love it. I that's something more of this.
Wee.
Oh yeah, everyone like everyone's like flailing around. Skiff is the only one that can properly swim.
And also, I did like the rim lighting was a really late choice as well.
Yeah,
and that's probably what you're talking about, because I said I don't really like how, I don't know what that was, but that was very loud. Sorry about that.
That's just a bass boosted. You have a new PDF.
Yeah.
Viewer download.
Good job. We got a new PDF downloader. So like, I think that's what you were talking about, because I was like, oh, I'm worried that X will blend into the background because his color palette is very similar. But then I decided to put highlight on.
Yeah. Look at these little guys down here.
No, do not eat
them. Over here. Come here. Delicious.
So someone pointed out earlier, I think Sleepy pointed out, this is like a wallpaper I drew a while ago.
Yeah.
But I separated all the parts so we could comp it, and you can see it animates a lot. It's Blizzard cinematic style.
Wow! Golden legendary!
Exactly. That was probably a little bit clipped.
It's loading screens for any mobile game.
Yeah, this is the mobile game animation style.
All he needs is a gun.
Respect!
Respect!
All he needs is a gun, and that the lens flare goes on and off while he's standing still in a still motion.
So on the card, you're talking about like if there was a Hearthstone animated card, right? Yeah, I definitely think the chicken would be. But I don't know how it would loop.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Would it loop by just reversing, or would it fade going back into its starting position?
Oh, well, why don't we watch it? Yeah. And then we can see what how do you feel about this?
What do you think?
Hey. Now that's mobile game loading screen.
I think it would breathe, like it would fall back down.
This is breathing, yeah.
Yeah. And then the wine, the cork will pop and shoot out, but then it'll
come back in.
Yeah.
What do you think of that? Okay, so this is fun. This is just clay, polymer clay. So these are actual clay elements,
Yeah.
With a lot of comp, obviously.
Yeah.
I think I can show you the original. I took the photos so badly. Some of them are not rotated the correct.
Hilarious. Marie is known for being breakfast.
You jump scared Alex a bit.
So Alex is wearing my headset at the moment, and I don't think he's used to these sounds.
No, this is great. Please send more of those my way, because they'll be first-time experiences for me.
You can see the layouts.
The Cake's melon head is really cool. But
and then these ones were less colourful.
I just Moe's eyes in all of the frames
because they're
funny.
They're misaligned or whatever. Makes her look a bit stretched out.
Gumbled.
Yeah.
Oh. I like Jester's side mouth.
Yeah, when it's out of their face.
I pointed this out to you before, Jesse.
But
Jester's design reminds me of a Danish children's book, a little bit Where's Waldo-esque kind of thing.
Yeah, you said this. And the mouth shape.
You'll find that later.
This is great. When you can see it, I think chat notifications are in the way. But yeah, evil Lex.
There's also the one frame where Lex's eyes are stars.
I actually just noticed that Skiff loses some feathers.
Oh yeah, you never saw that?
No.
Didn't see that.
So when he lands, he goes.
That's hilarious. Webber said, I like Moe in the end shot. They're just kind of chilling like a cat.
Yeah.
Well, this one right here. Let's remove...
yeah, you can move them out.
Let's kill...
so you can see.
Yeah.
Yeah, Johnny actually didn't even see the movie there for the first couple times.
It's great. Because she doesn't understand what she's done, but also she's the only one that will survive this.
Yeah, she's the only one who doesn't care.
Yeah.
Question. Heyo, are the cast shadows in the run sequence hand-drawn, or was it After Effects?
Yeah,
magic?
so... Wait, this shot, right? Because this is After Effects. But it's basically copying the character layer and roughing the edges so much that it looks like a circle rather than like an actual character. If I undid the stuff on this, like, so that's the roughened edges, turning it from a real thing into like a circle.
Top 10 most disturbing things hidden in Something Soup animations.
Yeah, but yeah, you did magic.
Yeah. So you in between these clouds, these fluffies.
Yeah. I mean, you're already
I've done
you've done
a lot of it. Maybe they were on 10s or something, and then you turned them into 5s. Like, so you did double the amount.
Yeah, I just did basically. I mean, you did the animation and the I guess the key. I did some of the in betweens. I just.
But it made it look a lot more
better.
smooth.
Yeah,
it's fun. Hey, if you ever have the opportunity to
squigglies
to do some in betweens on someone else's explosion animation, do it. It's
very chill.
It's relaxing. Chill. If you have time for it, good stuff.
Got some free time on the weekend.
Can you in between other things than explosions?
You can, but when you're in betweening explosions, you don't have to worry about staying on model or if something moves too far. It's just like you just have to float.
Yeah, the spacing is not a problem because it's equal spacing.
Yeah, man.
Automatic.
Chill out.
That's good.
This shot is sick. I just really like the background.
I don't know how to explain. I want to eat the buildings.
They look like cookies.
They look like gingerbread cookie. They're like buildings, but tasty. It's gingerbread.
I guess I don't need to explain.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely you're understandable.
Hey, hey,
hi.
I want to eat the buildings.
I get it,
and that's fine.
That's fine.
I don't have to hide anymore.
I have analyzed why, and it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, it's very pretty.
Getting a little bit peckish. Send some more of those Moe's over here. Come on, don't be afraid.
You'll jump.
Come on. Yeah, that's right. Come here. No, come back. It's fine. Hey.
Oh, by the way, the people in the chat, I don't think you know this, but you can type exclamation jump. You type exclamation jump. You can type exclamation.
You can put a bomb down?
Oh my god! Did you catch one?
Yeah, there's some good shit. Several people can bring the Fortnite funnies.
New Ko-fi subscription from Zylo.
Oh,
hey. Zylo. Thank you.
Enjoy your sexy wallpapers.
Oh.
Thank you, Zylo.
Respect.
You can summon a respect.
Let's summon a respect on the house.
Oh,
respect!
Sorry, he's like, beat us to it.
Beat us to it.
So it's so much more enthusiastic than I remember. What? How did I do that?
You disappeared.
Don't put things in front of your face.
No, I want to do it again.
But respect is the only sound alert that does not have a cooldown, so you can spam it. Because it's the funniest one to be able to... Respect. Oh yeah, I was gonna point it. I'm gonna
test it. Don't hate me.
Respect. Respect. Respect.
Oh,
good.
Respect.
Ah, all the comedy points directly to me, baby.
You gotta save some of those respects for the other guests.
Yeah.
When they come in and they introduce themselves, just spam respect. Okay, I was gonna open up some of these shots that are broken up, but in animation they're not. If that makes sense.
Lots of cool things happening with you all. An actual dream team.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Someone new. Respect! Yeah, very Picasso. That one's really cubist.
Yeah.
Just a. Oh yeah, do you want to see it without the characters? Because the Earth is actually also really nice. Like you don't really see the Earth by itself.
Yeah.
It's
just so snappy.
Yeah.
What a snappy.
And it's also smeared. I think that's why.
Rickle said Nabil's got the anime character about to go insane type look.
I think Nick said the same thing the other day.
Yeah.
I can do that too. Look.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah. He's got a.
He's not cool. I can do it too. I can go insane too. Watch.
Johnny, can you send the emote of Lex doing that?
Hey.
So
Sleepy Sonnet.
yeah.
I love this kicks. It's just cute.
It's just kind of cute. Kind of looks like a puppy or something.
This is the softest he will ever look.
I think it looks pretty soft in general as well.
Okay, it's the most puppy he'll ever.
Like his legs are completely just lines this far away. He's looking at nothing. Looking at nothing.
He's getting weather updates on his Apple Watch.
Yeah, he's getting on his Fitbit.
He's cooking nothing.
Now this is that gesture is great because they literally look like a middle finger.
No, they look like an Animal Crossing
villager.
Come here to.
What do you think of that?
Very
one horn.
very funny.
This one, I didn't realize how rectangle I drew his head until I rotated the camera.
I think he's just like, oh my god.
Yeah, he's like looking at his hands.
What am I doing?
Oh, there's a smaller one.
Oh, he's.
Local.
I think he's just high and he's looking at his hands.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, did the perspective shot have anything in particular for reference, or was it all from your brain?
It was a lot of the initial thoughts was from that guy that did the train TikToks.
Yeah.
The guy that's like,
looking at
what a
Dick
beautiful logo.
What a beautiful chugger.
He's like,
there it is. Dick my butt.
My butt. Oh, I'm glad I stayed up for this one. You know the guy I'm talking about? Yeah, they do. There are a lot of the original ideas for that, but then I just looked up pictures of 60 cameras and stuff.
These are two different men.
Yeah. These are the two guys on the either side of the character creator slider where Kix is in the middle of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is that's the Stewie Griffin Lex.
That's a bit Stewie Griffin.
A little bit.
I mean, if you imagine that for a moment that the screen leftmost Lex, that little pink dot is not his nose, but rather an ear.
Right.
And now imagine a nose in between his two eyes, and then you can just sort of hear the, I say, Brian.
Yeah, that's true.
Here we go. Rat? I'm a giant rat. And a dance, 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 and a dance, dance, dance.
That's good.
Yeah, what do you think of that?
That's good. That's good. It's brought me back to like albino black sheep internet.
Yeah?
That is good. A slight change. Oh.
It's coming at you.
Do you have games on your phone? Slide in.
Oh, Boss Baby.
Boss Baby.
Boss Baby.
Oh!
That one. This one that looks like an alien. This one.
Oh yeah.
That's very funny.
What the process is of making this smear up.
It's mostly just knowing the end point.
Yeah, but like
it's knowing so you can see this is like the exact frame, right? Like this like exactly.
I get
it's
it,
the
but
start point and end point, and you're literally just kind of
I get it, but still like
smearing is actually really easy.
But the first one, just this cheeky face. Like
you want more and more detail the closer you are to the final point because you're leading into it.
Smears are fun because you can also iterate on them. You draw something, and if it doesn't work, you erase it a bit. And
with your funny little... Oh, she's sitting. Here she comes. And just happy to be here.
And who said that palm tree girls can't sit?
Yeah.
Not me. Alright, I'm gonna take this opportunity where I'm off camera to go through the bathroom.
So there's a sultry little guy. Who's this sultry little bitch? That's a Tumblr meme as well.
Oh, notices you.
Notices you.
Then? Oh! slides into your DMs.
Look at this. They're small. Let's remove Lex.
No.
Oh, okay. That's as but that is how much I drew.
I'd say lies that the mini Nabil head is sort of like a growth.
Yeah. It's coming out of his hand. I like this one with the really sharp nose. It's kind of funny. All of the like further smears look really funny to me. Nabil fungus. True. I like the chest hair smear. It's like very line of action-y. Looks like actually like when you draw speed lines. Smallest guy in the world.
Canonical size. Little.
What games do you like?
Bad games.
Now see here. Now listen, I'm just about at the limit of all
the slander.
Yeah, no, bad games.
So, do you have any game recommendations?
I like repeatable experiences. So, like roguelites and such. I played the absolute shit out of Slay the Spire, and I love the art style of Slay the Spire because it is so
bad,
strongly.
It is so unique. It like nothing else looks like Slay the Spire.
It's true.
And it's great.
What would you do if you were the first caveman to see another caveman sneeze?
Oh, I would be so scared. I would shit my pants, I think.
We got Marie in chat.
Marie.
Oh, you're here now. So that means...
It means that.
That
the
means
police
that
is
means
here
the,
to take
the
away
police
Alex.
are here to take away Alex.
Yeah.
So thank you, Alex,
God.
for joining us.
No, please.
It's because you installed a virus.
You shouldn't have installed
listen,
a virus.
here's my plan. If you install over 1,000 viruses, then they all get stuck trying to go through your operating system.
Hey, would it be funny if you said it?
Ask me how many viruses I have on my
How
computer.
many viruses do you have?
Oh no! I'm getting censored by someone following. How dare you? Unfollow this channel right now. It's over 9,000.
All right, we're banning.
All right, get the hell
please.
Fuck off.
All right, thanks for coming, Alex.
That bad.
Put the
Respect.
Oh my god, there's another one.
So this window is going.
Respect.
This window is going to be really pixelated.
Yes.
So the Maui is going to be a bit pixelated.
Well, that's fine.
That's fine.
All right, are we ready?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Oh, maybe we should make her a little.
Make
smaller.
you a little bit smaller.
So
We zoomed in quite a bit.
Oh my god, yeah, I'm quite pixelated.
You're quite pixelated, and your green screen is showing a little bit, but that's okay. We understand.
So you're just gonna stand
You're gonna be
here.
the biggest Maui among the small Mauis.
Yeah. I'll put you down here with the Maries.
That's
That's
good.
funny.
I like that.
Yeah,
Hang
yeah,
up.
with my people.
Yeah, and what do you do?
Right now I'm a full-time animator. I'm a junior animator at Gigglebug Entertainment here in Helsinki.
Before we jump into the specifics, what's your favorite shot from this animation?
Oh my god. They're all really good.
It's hard to pick.
A marching band shot, but that's also because I was in a marching band as a kid.
Yeah. What did you play?
So, well, I played the trombone.
Yeah, trombone champ.
You are real life trombone champ. You did the vocals for this.
I did.
Is that something you do elsewhere or have done elsewhere? I can't remember if you've been doing singing. I know I have seen a video of you singing, but that was...
It's your sister, right, that does
with
sing.
your sister, yeah.
Yeah, my sister sings. That's the way she wants to go. She's really good at singing. She has gotten lots of lessons and stuff, but I've never trained my voice.
But you're good at it. I would say.
Thank you. That's really nice.
Jesse told me that the shot you worked on the most was boarding the car shot. You wanna go through your process there?
I can probably
how that
show.
Turned into what it did.
I don't think I have because
I did the first sketch of the the two friends in a car.
Yeah, you also did the one before that when they were just walking forward towards camera, but I don't think I have it, just because my hard drive exploded at some point.
I said earlier what I really like about the car shot. It also gives me Undertale credits vibe with the shot of Sans and Papyrus driving in a car. Did you think of that at all when you made this?
I did.
You did?
Oh
my god.
That's so perfect, because I wasn't sure when you asked earlier.
That's funny. I didn't, because you, as we know...
You're a massive Undertale fan.
Yeah.
Yes.
we don't need to dig deeper.
It was fun to like think about how to make both characters fit on a tiny car.
Yeah, I like how you ended up putting them like on top of each other instead of right behind.
It also feels like them.
Yeah, it's much more personality in it.
Look at that. It also has car song vibes.
It has car song vibes.
It has a lot of car song vibes. Yeah, I haven't really worked much on this one. I've been super busy. Like being a full-time animator, it takes all of your creative juice.
Yeah, it does.
And then you're left with an empty shell when you have time.
Yeah, Jesse's talked a lot about that issue from when you were working full-time as well.
And it wasn't even a bad place to work. I just couldn't really make stuff I wanted to make.
No, like, yeah, the backgrounds are amazing. Like, Friday did a great job. Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, this is the background, by the way. Just zooming in on it.
I mean, I saw the file. I went visiting Copenhagen a month ago and saw them.
Respect.
True. They gotta respect.
They very big respect. The chase scene of a bomb Marie.
Yeah. That's really funny as well.
I like how Lex gets little starry eyes when he locks what's it called? Target.
Yeah.
It's such a small thing, but it had me.
This like star, the glint.
Who drew this again? Was that just you?
Yeah, I drew this.
Yeah. Who ordered it?
Me.
Is the star eyes your idea?
Yeah.
It's a fully J shot.
T-posing. No, it's not a fully me shot because Nick cleaned a lot of it up. So it's a shared clean shot. But apart from that, yeah, Nick did a lot of background work. We need to shout out Nick again. Yeah, let's see the board.
What the
Respect!
Yeah, you're gonna get a little
ready
bit.
For I
guess you weren't, yeah.
Should have done your homework.
Oh my god.
This is just, look at that.
It's just a ball. Oh, that's good.
It already had it.
I like how when she eats there's a big round bomb that she just becomes the bomb. Like she loses her skirt.
Yeah. I tried it with the skirt in a early rough, and it just looked like too much detail. So, like as in like the four, she always has like the 4 spikes under her.
Yeah.
But she doesn't in this.
Oh yeah, that's
because it's too much. There's just so much going on in that area of the.
But also, I mean, it works.
It works.
You can absolutely see who it is.
Go back to that frame.
I don't know which.
What's that little poster in the background?
Oh yeah, there's a Marie poster. There's a muscle Marie in the background.
A muscle Marie?
Like as it's just a Marie with big shoulders.
What?
Is that from Talk Shanty to me? It's.
Oh my god!
It's not like it wasn't meant to be, but that is continuity. That is good.
That's a good point.
That's
it's
a good
headcanon.
That's a perfect headcanon.
I feel like I know she got cooked and all, but I feel like that's the most violence that's ever happened to a Marie.
This one?
Yeah.
But she's like totally fine as well.
Yeah. Look at her.
Yeah,
loving it.
It's okay. Like she's made of spaghetti.
It's so soft. Just so soft bodied. Love the single frame of Marie after she spits out the bomb. She's like, oh man, my toy. Like, there's one with a sad face.
Yeah, just slightly sad. Yeah, I was gonna point that out.
That one.
Oh. Yeah. Besides this animation, what other animations have you worked on Soup?
I mean, I worked on on Shanty. Jesus Christ. I worked on Sean. Escape.
Rescue.
Of course, also voice acting for that, obviously.
Yeah.
Voice acting for everything. Voice acted for
Same Cute Funny and Surprise.
Same Cute Funny, the first one.
You did the was it 7 minutes of just for Surprise?
Forgot about that.
I did so many
so
takes.
if anyone Surprise is not one a lot of people have seen because it's 7 minutes long.
And it's stupid.
But it's just the one where Marie's in a box. And if you have the time, it is kind of worth. My favorite Marie appearance is in Eggs.
That was also my favorite thing to voice act.
You carried the animation with your acting, I think. I had a version of that. I have a version of that board where I did the voices, like a scratch take, and I did it with like 10% of the vigor that you put in. This is like with the scratch voices and stuff as well, so really low energy, just getting the idea out. I'm not sure how many people have seen it.
Oh my god.
Oil.
Oh my god, Marie!
Are you cooking me?
I'm not.
You're cooking me a lot.
I'm not. I would never do that. Marie, I wouldn't. Annabelle, what's going on? You're cooking her! You're cooking her!
Oh my god, I love the little awooga. Like,
do you have any opinions about video games you want to share?
Asking me about video games.
No, that's okay. The internet is a very safe place to share video game opinions.
That's true.
That's not how I've experienced it, but sure. I'm looking very much forward to the new Legend of Zelda game.
That's a thing.
Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
That's Tears of Kingdom to you.
Yeah.
And yeah, then funny baby game. Like I do play like Animal Crossing and all of the like very low pressure let's decorate things. I just want to be a little guy.
You're talking about this billboard.
Yeah, you gotta zoom in on that. Look at that.
What do you think of that?
Oh my god.
Coca-Cola.
You barely
You're just drinking a cheeky Coke.
You barely see that in the animation, so here you go.
I do have to skedaddle.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us. Let's shout out Marie again.
You know, those moon rocks ain't making themselves.
She's gonna make the money to feed the little Louise at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, it's hard being the big
we have
sister.
a respect for Marie.
Can we get some respect in chat, please?
You do one too.
All right.
Yeah.
Here's one on the house.
These are coming for you. When
Here's
you watch
one on the
VOD.
house.
Respect!
Oh my god, thank you.
Respect! Respect!
It was really nice being on stream. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you for coming. Have a good rest of your day.
Respect!
You too. Have a good evening, guys.
Thanks. We're gonna bring Nabil on next. Remember the grid trick?
Respect!
I got it.
You got a respect already in the chat.
Hey, do you want to give a quick introduction about who you are, what do you do, and what are you about?
For sure. Yeah, sure. So I'm Nabil. I'm a story artist, an Iranian-German story artist who studied at the same school as Jesse.
And Marie?
Actually met them because they were I think you were just about to start at the school, and I was also interested in getting in. I got to meet a bunch of really, really cool people there, and it kickstarted a friendship for years to for years to continue. And we've since then we've collaborated on a bunch of things. We played D&D together. I'm more of a story guy. Like I'm more of a like a pre-production conceptual guy.
Yeah.
But like it's really interesting to work with Jay because we have like really different approaches to pre-production and development, and
I don't
it's really
really
interesting.
do pre-production at all.
if you've only ever seen Jessie animate, I think that paints maybe a false image of what most people look like when they animate, because Jessie is like offensively fast.
Yeah,
like
we talked about that. At the very start of
disrespectfully fast.
At the very start of the stream, somebody asked how long.
Word for it.
Timbo asked how long it took for us to make this, and I said we started in November, but like all together, probably only like 2 months. I think eggs was done
actually eggs,
and that was all
the
me.
Amount of work. Exactly. The amount of work that went into eggs versus the time frame that it took up is, what's the best word for it? Incongruous, I suppose.
If anyone's seen my animation, heartwarming, man returns home, man finds his way back home. That was done in a day.
Love that one. That one
in a day.
Yeah.
What is your favorite shot of this animation?
I do think the globe one is just so very good.
Everyone loves the globe.
Everyone loves the globe.
I mean, how could you not? The globe one is so strong.
It's also got a really pretty palette. Tastes like bubblegum.
A beautiful palette.
It does.
Yes.
Taste like
oh my god, perfect. That's a perfect way of saying it. I was talking to V about the swimming shot, like the one shot where there's actually soup.
Yeah.
And she pointed out, not only do all the characters swim in character, but her note was all the characters swim similar to the creature they are.
Of course,
which I think is an adorable observation. Of course, because their physiology kind of like determines how they move. But I think that was just such a cute way of putting it, especially because they said like, oh yeah, Jester's an imp creature, so of course they can't swim.
Yeah.
I love that
they're the least in control.
I love that Lex swims like an actual rat, because rats do paddle.
It's a doggy paddle sort of.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I love that. I mean, obviously V swims like a jellyfish because V's design is based on a jellyfish,
like or something.
Sorry, Rovi is based on an octopus on a jellyfish. Actually, in earlier designs, Rovi looked even more like an octopus.
I think that at some point we even like specifically had her have 8 legs, but I think that was like too gross to draw.
Too many
legs.
Yes. One thing I find so funny about that march is that everyone remains largely in profile except for Skiff, who's just moving as much as he possibly can.
Yeah.
Alex
pointed that out.
Alex
said
that it was like really that was Alex's favorite part of this.
I do love that. I think it gives so much like the fact that they're like slightly offset gives it so much like life and energy, and it's so important, the duck thing.
So Maui also has like a unique thing for each side.
I love it.
Especially the spin is really fun.
Yeah, for those kinds of spin motions,
I forget
you can't
that's
not
a smear.
have because you can't not have.
It's
smears.
automatic.
Like exactly, like it's necessary for the movement. As someone who's worked with Jay, Jay actually has an interesting approach to smears in that they don't like them as much as most animators do.
I don't use them. It's not that I don't like them. I think it's...
Sorry, I should say you don't use them as much as most animators do, yes.
I think it's more because depending on what you're smearing, it changes... The thing that I pay the most attention to in terms of volume is like skull shape and stuff. And to me, smears sometimes change the density of what something looks like. Especially smears that aren't duplicates, like just stretch smears, sometimes make something look rubbery to me when I want them not to look like rubber. So most of the time when I do smears, they're duplicates. So the difference is like, I mean, there's not a big difference because sometimes this is both. Like the red part is sort of a smear, but then the cross is a duplicate because it's like almost a perfect 2. It's just 2 of them, if that makes sense. So there's like there's combos, and this is actually a great example because the tassels are soft bodied to me. So the soft stuff is really easy to smear. Like it just it's easy for it to look like a longer thing, just like squashing and stretching. But the stick in the middle is hard, so I don't want that to necessarily look like rubber.
Because those tassels are at the end of the stick,
yes,
they necessarily
they
have to accelerate more.
Yeah.
the reason why smears, like the funny smears, became popular in animation was originally a time-saving and money-saving technique.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you watch, I think the best example for that is the Dover Boys.
Yes, I was going to say, that's
which is,
so
by
funny.
the way, fantastic.
It is a time saver to use smears because you're basically combining a lot of in-betweens together a lot of the time.
Yeah. But they're a technique, and the technique exists for a reason, and it's not a replacement for like actually planning a breakdown and planning. I think
I'm afraid to tell you guys that Wappish cast an evil magic spell and
interpolates your dick and balls at 60 FPS. That's scary.
That's the joke's on you, because mine were already at like 120 FPS. You see, I'm an alpha gamer.
Oh, because you're a Sigma male.
Maximum frame rate.
Well, they just removed half your frame rates, and you're okay with that?
That's worse, yeah.
My rig is based, and my
and your balls are based.
Yeah, and my frames are never ending.
The times I don't, quote unquote, like smears as much is when I feel like they're not used in the spots that they're the best for. So, like, slow motions definitely should not use smears unless you're trying to make it look psychedelic. That's fine, if that's the style. It depends, because, like, to me, I want a smear to be felt but not seen unless you're pausing it specifically to look at it, like this. So, like, if you're watching the like, animation, you don't really, like, see them. You more just see
you just feel
the keys. You feel them.
I mean, smears are designed.
Yes.
So there's some intelligent design in that one.
But that's also where I don't think everyone does design them, and that's where I think people overuse them. Sort of. If it were up to me and like up to aesthetics.
Instead of saying if it were up to me, can you say instead, but for my dollar?
But for my dollar, I think it's about like. So smears can't. I don't think you should think about smears as a thing that exists outside of regular animation, because smears to me is just a form of squash and stretch and spacing, sort of. So like, it's like a very extreme squash or stretch, or spacing something and timing something in less frames than you will have. So like, for example, we usually animate in 24 FPS. See this little like nubbin there, and how there's two of them. So the animation's playing at 24 FPS, but each frame is held for 2 frames. So it's kind of playing at 12 FPS, but not really. It's playing at 24 FPS on 2s. And so the advantage of that is that if I want to, I can make it smaller, and that frame can be shorter for this movie. So like, just you can barely see it, but that would be the difference. And so what a smear is if I did that, and it was still going too slow for me, I can combine 2 drawings into this one frame and smear it so that it looks like 2 drawings in the space of 1 frame at 24 FPS.
Hi, Pop 2 Hots. I love 2 first-time chatters.
Hello.
I love the OP a lot for Something Soup. I'm a new fan, so I was wondering, will this be a full-on show?
Probably not. This is mostly for fun. Like, what this is a bunch of skits. So, if anything, if I was to make an episode, I would just combine the existing like bits into a skit show, sort of like Pop Team Epic does, or like any other skit show you've heard of. Lemmy Show, for example.
Lemmy Show, even.
So, Auntie Donna's Big Ol' House.
Yeah. So like a bunch of separated instances in a 20-minute segment is what it would be if it was a show. So Jester's like got dupes on this one, which is to say there's 2 drawings in the same.
Which is just another kind of smear, but it's not actually like, it's not like a smear in the traditional sense. It's just a way of
it's not like a block or whatever.
Yeah, it's a way of showing movement that is faster than the drawing itself can communicate.
But also, if I did separate this into 2 drawings, it would look too flashy. So that's the other thing. Like, as in noisy. Like, if I played it, it'd look too fast and smooth, like in a way that I don't really appeal to. So this is where it becomes very subjective. So to me, this is like where I would use smears. Like this, there's a lot of dupes. It looks like 2 heads combined into one.
Yeah, the way that you can explain this for non-animators is you would basically see a lot of clicking in the animation, where the image would go click, 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 and
like
you would
jitter or something.
Yeah, it would jitter, and it would confuse the eye. Kind of like a strobe light effect.
Yeah, exactly.
So I know you worked on the skateboarding scene. Do you want to go through your process of that and what that was like?
Oh yeah,
how that
happily.
developed.
So when Jay originally floated the idea of this OP, it was originally a lot more abstract, and they basically gave like an open call for us all to help board. And I floated a bunch of ideas, most of which didn't make it in, but there were like a ton of ideas. So yeah, this is the board I drew. And even when I drew it, I was like, okay, this is going to be a really technical shot. Because it has a moving background and a moving character, and like camera tricks, like the camera like punches out at the end.
It's
and like
really
like
two
settles
shots.
into
It's like a fake cut.
Yeah, it's technically two shots that look like one shot, and I was immediately aware like this is really technical.
Look at this.
Yeah, that was the original
nightmare.
idea.
Look how big this file is. Hold on.
Damn.
This
Yeah,
is
That's actually some
the
good
nightmare
shots.
12,000 pixel shot that we tried to put into
Yeah,
After
that
Effects, and it just
chugged.
didn't work. Yeah, I can barely
That
scroll
file
it right
chugged
now.
when I opened it. I couldn't scrub it either without it clicking.
These are your roughs, by the way.
Wild.
Yeah, I
Yeah, these
I
were
can
my
barely
roughs.
scroll them.
Wait, were these your roughs? No,
No, these are your
no,
roughs.
these are mine. But yeah, basically our solution was to keep Kix stationary and animate the background behind him.
Which I'll show you as well. Like the
Yeah,
file for.
which turned out much better, and was both easier on the animator, easier on the camera.
Yeah. Hold on. This couldn't have. I don't know if we could have come to this unless you tried a version that I then put into After Effects. I moved the camera, then I exported that, and then we traced over that for this. So it's kind of like a
Yeah. Actually, on that note, I wanted to quickly talk about that final shot with the bomb. Well, not the final shot, but like that final scene.
Yeah.
We get it.
Sequence. And what's interesting is that Jesse, Lesse, and I were discussing what to do with that shot, because my suggestion was that we should have like an ensemble shot at some point, which did make it in the form of like the swimming.
There's also the parade shot and the Earth shot.
And the parade, yes. Yeah. Well, that's less of an ensemble shot than the swimming, but either way, I was suggesting like a camera zooms by full cast as they emote, which is also what the globe shot was.
Yeah.
Or ended up being. The globe shot didn't exist at that point. But one of the suggestions was that the characters would be kicking a soccer ball around, and in the end, it turned out to be a bomb or something.
Yeah.
And that turned into the little chase, which I think is much better. But the chase was originally, as you basically said, it was originally abstract, and then it turned into the bowling alley, and then you animated those bowling pins as a result of that background afterwards.
Well, it's like
which is
when I was discussing
such beautiful revisionism.
Yeah, it's like after like Friday suggested So I explained how to do a color, because Friday's never done a color script. This is a beautiful first color script, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for a first color script, it's unbelievable.
This is unbelievable. And so I was explaining, just basically draw what you want everything to visually kind of like pop out like. And I gave them a lot of like direction. And then they just gave me this. But before doing that, we did discuss like, do you want backgrounds in these? Because some of them are extremely abstract. And I said, in my brain, they're just abstract, but if you can think of cool backgrounds or scenes, like, please just, like, do it or tell me. And they suggested the bowling alley while they were watching the edit without the background. So they, like, at the board stage, they already suggested we could do this as a bowling alley. Alex was in that call as well and suggested some of the things. Like, so that was the same call where Alex suggested that the hands could be painted when they do the predator handshake. So
I was about to bring that up.
This is one of those rare bowling alleys that doesn't have a collection point after the ball.
It's just a really shitty bowling alley that you just
there's no pit.
Yeah,
it had already been like animated in a way where the bomb has to stop. So it's like, okay, we want it to be a bowling alley and we want there to be pins, but like, let's just hope that nobody cares about this. Yeah, let's just hope nobody cares about this, and I don't think anyone does care about this. So.
No.
Like, you draw Kix really round in a very cute way.
Yes.
That was really cute, because it's not like a problem. Thank you for following, Magic Leaf.
Thank you.
Like, this is just a quirk of working with, like, different people. It's just that like
everyone draws characters differently.
Yeah, slightly differently, and like you did a really good job. Yeah, so whenever I draw Kix, I make him look kind of like a triangle, or like he's wearing baggy pants. But like this is really funny to me. He has such a round belly in this drawing.
Yeah, I give him kind of a paunch.
You gave him like a really round belly.
Yeah.
And again, it's not a big deal. It's just like a model. Like I wanted this animation to look really on model because I wanted it to look like the official opening or whatever, shown or whatever. So like, yeah,
you also
like it's
break
so
up
round.
The shapes much more than I do.
It's so round in the original drawing. It's so cute though. Like,
but like the groin area, like there's an implied stretch to the yogi pants, baggy pants kind of area there.
It's much more,
which I think
sacky.
Suits
I guess
his character more as well. Yeah, he's very like for the people who've ever done animation, one of the first animation exercises you do is a flour sack because it's a shape with corners that has weight.
Yeah,
it's not just a round ball. It's not shapeless. And Kix is one of the characters that very much plays into that aesthetic.
He has a very sacky bottom half. And it's like, you were doing really good here because like you copied the lineup. Like this is what I mean. I really like drawing him as like a triangle sort of whenever I can. That's supposed to be his main body shape.
Looking at these model sheets, do you all remember when Kix used to have a goatee?
Yeah. That was fucked. It was too much.
That was not a good decision. I'm glad we got rid of it.
I'm glad we got rid of the goatee.
Very...
Oh, the nicest guy.
This is like a really fucked up old doodle.
Yeah, when he didn't have a neck.
Look at this Crash Bandicoot ass
early Kix design. It's like supposed to more clearly be feathers. So in the earlier designs, it was way more obviously plumage. So with that,
exactly. He looked kind of like a weird
there was like a bald spot in the middle.
Yeah, to me it looked like a bald spot, and
it just doesn't. But this stayed. This angle was the same.
I really like the way that we saw I shouldn't say we. You solved that issue. I imagined his head looking kind of like a shuttlecock from badminton.
Yeah.
But I also want to note this is something that maybe some people might be confused about. Why are all the characters based on real people, but none of them have real names other than the one that's based on you, Nabil? I actually do have a reason for that.
Yeah.
I'm just so happy to see a character with like my name in fiction because if we have any white people in chat, no offense to y'all, but like we don't have any Middle Eastern characters in animation. The only Persian character that Disney has in their lineup is the goddamn carpet. So from Aladdin.
It's really slim pickings. So understand. I understood. That's why there was like barely any fight about this at all. It was just, are you sure that are you sure that you're okay if people like start making weird shit?
I basically
and you're like,
said,
yes. Okay, cool.
So, draw as many detailed feet pic photos of Nabil as you like.
He's given you the permission now. He's given you the permission.
Good luck with that. He don't have toes.
Good luck with that. This guy has no toes.
One of the things that Jay wrote pretty early on is that Nabil, when he sleeps, he glows like a nightlight.
Yeah.
So it keeps him up.
Sleep. Yeah.
He can't actually sleep very well.
He gets really bad sleep.
Do you hear about video games?
I've heard of them.
What's your view on them?
Well, sociopolitically speaking, no. I like a good video game. With that said, I've been enjoying a game that's been in development for a very long time and finally released recently called Pizza Tower.
Mm-hmm.
Very fun. Very inspired by like Wario Land, Jazz Jackrabbit. Very like 90s cartoon, like weirdo animation art style. one game that is like it doesn't cost you any money. It's like $3 or something, and it's like super short and super sweet. Is Chop Goblins, which is hilarious. It's like if Daikatana was good.
Okay.
It's by the same guy who made Iron Lung and Dusk. And
Oh, yummy!
Ooh, yum.
Chop Goblins. It's like it's comedy. It's hilarious. I do art. I post about cool things. I'm friends with all these wonderful people, and I love you.
Beautiful. Voice actor.
Respect.
Hello. We're just gonna be right back for a second.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nabil.
Give us a
Bye
few minutes
bye.
while we go to the
Respect to
bathroom.
Nabil.
Thank you.
See if that's working. Yes.
There we go. We have a Viktor.
Here's
Guten
Victor.
Morgen.
Ja, Viktor.
Says,
One Viktor.
Guten Morgen.
Guten Morgen. Sehr schön. Have you trained?
Quick introduction. ViktorRKraus is the musician behind the music in the opening.
My name is Viktor, and I'm a sound designer and composer, and I teach sound design at a university.
Nice.
Ah, didn't know that. Cool.
Yeah, little Viktor fun fact. I worked on Spookware. I worked on No Players Online. I do a lot with Adam Pipe, if anybody knows that name. He's a great guy, and he makes really cool video games.
What's your favorite shot in this animation?
Oh, I think it is probably the one with the brass.
Oh, the
That's
instruments,
right.
yeah.
Yeah,
parade.
that one was really cool. I also really like the explosion because it lines up really good with the music.
It does. Yeah, there's a lot to talk about with the music, actually.
So much.
Yeah, and if anyone in the chat has any questions about the music.
We played the PlayStation 1 demo disc games, and there was that racing game. I forgot what it's called.
Future Reality Racing
That's
League,
the
I
one.
think.
That's the one.
That's
yeah.
the one, and we could just tell.
We could just
there was
tell
something with
it
this
was
music.
familiar, but I didn't know it was you until I saw your name in the credits.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I pointed it out on stream. I had told you I liked the Spookware soundtrack when we started working together.
Yeah.
Was there something else specifically that kind of inspired the music for the Soup opening?
Snail's House and Bowen.
Mm-hmm.
And like this whole Kawaii Future Bass thing that's happening. You said like you can pick out that something was by me. What was the thing that made it clear to you?
I don't know.
It's a bit of that Bowen-esque element.
It's more raw,
but it is maybe that, but it's so hype.
Yes,
you
hype really well. Did you notice? Like, I was like my favorite part of the song that Viktor made is when the characters go up in the greens, like the green background, how the drum suddenly comes in, like, and it's so
the
fast.
Trap
like,
drums.
I don't know if trap is the right word, but it has like a very fast, like digga digga digga. Like,
I didn't
love
even
that.
notice
He
that.
didn't even notice this. It's so fucking good. That drum sample is like so hype.
But they're like dun 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 dun. It's that's the part I was clearly too focused on. From the parade shot to the car shot to that shot, I feel like the music just transitions and develops in a. I don't know what it is, but it does it so well. And the shots that ended up getting animated for it fit so well because of it. And there it is for the views.
Yeah. You gave me the music, and that's kind of what sparked the visuals, which is why everything kind of looks like it moves to beats so well, because it's designed to.
It makes me look very good.
Yeah.
It works really well like that. Nabil says, I think I brought up the Mui voice samples. I think, I kind of feel like I showed an early version to the crew, and I think it could have been Nabil that said, maybe we can have some voices from our team in it.
It was a really good idea.
It was, and it hypes it up a lot.
Yeah.
So everything is like intentionally timed. Especially this. Like the three characters coming in where it says 1, 2, 3, let's go is like so nicely timed.
Yeah.
And then
it's really cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of like very intentional timing besides just the cuts. This is also intentional. The characters floating up kind of looks like the camera's moving down, and that's like the notes because it's like almost a scale moving down, sort of like it goes doo doo doo. So it's like it's not to rhythm necessarily, but it is to melody. Like it's made to look. The visuals are made to look like the music sounds. The characters landing when they like jump is sort of to the notes that play as well. And there's a lot of like audio hits that are supposed to be the time.
Yeah, like the tarot card.
Yeah. Just like everything at the end is very, very like to time, to the music.
Yeah. Really cool. How do you approach that?
All you have to do is do something, put it to the music, and if it fits, then it's good. And if it's off, then you shift it until it fits. So like, because they're so rough, you can move them around without feeling like you've lost work if you have to shave things off. So all of this is like, I mean, that's the point of the boards, is figuring out the timing and the story. But there's not much of a story, so it's just figuring out the timing. So if this works, theoretically it should work at the very end as well.
Did you have like, okay, this needs to be chaotic? Was that part of your plan? Like just full on chaos and hype?
Full on, yeah, totally. I don't know, like I saw the other animations that Jesse did.
Oh, cool.
And they're like, I mean, they're very energetic. There's like a real cute thing going on.
What's your experience with getting into music and making music, and where did that start? Where did it go to? How did it get to this kind of digital video gaming music? Because by the looks of it, that's not where you started.
Is this where you like to be though? Like this kind of music?
I like all kinds of music, so I want to do it all basically.
Yes, that makes sense.
I have like a bunch of bucket list items that I really want to do. Like, I really would like to do an indie soundtrack at some point.
Ooh,
yeah.
I would like to do a metal soundtrack at some point.
Ooh.
Yeah, but how I started doing music, like I started playing guitar when I was 7 years old.
Nice.
And now I'm 29, so that makes 22 years of playing guitar. Jesus Christ.
Nice.
Yeah.
So there's this other sound designer, Matilda Hoffmann, who's German too. And she recommended me to the university like 1 year ago. And then I started working there. And I think Nadine knows her.
Yeah, Nabil's gone here.
Oh no, he's gone.
Nabil, sorry.
Oh shit! Nice.
Oh my god!
Mutuals.
The two Germans we know have a social connection. That's insane.
We're talking from different fields, sort of.
And I'm the absolute layman in the middle of it. I'm neither an animator or a musician.
I'm of the opinion that we did like a good job combining the two. They feel like the same.
I agree.
The same one piece. Because like, again, we did the audio first. You did the audio, and then we did the visuals afterwards. So they really are timed very.
Yeah, it's funny because we're talking about it right now, and it makes me really reflect on my own work and makes me realize that I'm a very chaotic music person.
Yeah.
I never thought about it before, but it is totally true.
I think that's kind of what drew me to wanting to commission you, wanting to hire you. Because I feel like we are similar, but I'm doing it for animation. Alex said that they would like to eat these houses. Do you agree?
They look delicious.
Yeah.
Do you think Jesse and the rest of the team gave your song justice?
Yes. No!
It sucks!
Do it again!
Sucks! It was really cool to finally show it off to everybody.
Yeah.
Because like,
I had to sit on it for a whole week.
Oh yeah.
I know. I mean, I also didn't really show any. I showed my sister the song, I think.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hey Victor, do you know about video games? What's your opinion on video games?
They gotta go.
They gotta go. Yeah. I mean, if you ask me, it's a bit of a love-hate relationship.
For sure.
Are there any gems that you still would hate to see go, even though it is necessary?
I'm playing right now a lot of the Telltale games with my family.
Oh, nice.
Oh, fun.
And of course, probably all the other games we mentioned that you worked on, you probably also enjoy.
Yeah, I mean, play Spookware. It's a good game, I would say.
I love it. And vouch, Spookware. Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, we're forced to sing. We built this city. We built this city on rock and roll. Built this city. Built this city on rock and roll.
Nice.
Great fun interview, by the way.
Spamming the audio clips.
We gave him too much power.
Nice.
Victor's just watching.
So yeah, this is what we do, Viktor.
Look how detailed it is. It's only on the screen for like a quarter of a second.
Yeah.
Like there's so
That's
many
really cool.
windows. They didn't even have to draw that many windows because it's all covered by the characters. But like
that's the prank of the opening.
This is it in real time.
The prank.
That's it.
It's just so pretty. I need y'all to appreciate Friday's backgrounds. Yeah, it really is almost a bit of a shame because the backgrounds they've done are so detailed and so beautiful. And for a second, so like, look at all these. There's a trans flag. Would you even see that?
You wouldn't.
Would you even see that?
Oh my god.
Hey,
I only saw the other one. That is
there's an anarchy
more
here.
obvious.
Just to give this little adorable town a bit of spice.
Bit of spice. I don't know. I feel like it's really cool to have. I'm so glad that we decided to have quote unquote real music this time when we made this one.
Thank you for providing real music.
Yes.
This is not fake music.
Yeah,
this is like it's
that
so
shit
good having
kids
somebody
these days listen
somebody
to. It's
that
not
knows.
like that.
This is like it's great having somebody that knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
Work on the music. I mean, I would play the exact same compliment if Friday was here about the colors. The colors.
Yeah.
I would be because like to me, I can try for both music and colors, but I'm not really trained in music or colors. So like the fact that there's somebody taking care of that part for me makes it so much nicer. It just makes something coherent come out.
I think also your problem, Jesse, is because you're willing to do everything otherwise.
Yeah.
You would also make your workload ridiculous.
Yeah.
More ridiculous than it already was. So.
Yeah. No, well, that's great because like it's gonna come out better because the Viktor is a way better musician than me, and Friday is a way better like color artist than me. So also it comes out better.
I think that's really cool. I try to not get my ego in the way of asking people for help who are better at certain things than me.
Absolutely. It's just I don't feel like I had the right person to ask until this because like again after we played Spookware I was like this is like the vibe I want for an anime opening for a soup theme song because I've wanted a soup theme song for a while even though it's not it's not I don't think it's ever going to be like a real show. I'm not trying to pitch this. I just want it to be for fun, but still I've imagined like what would make a good theme song, and it's like after we played Spookware I was like it's got to be this, like this is the vibe.
Last, anything you want to say before you leave, Viktor?
Not really. Thanks for having me.
Of course.
Thanks.
It was
for
a
coming.
pleasure
Meeting you.
Not actually sure what you done.
It's just kind of a little bit crunchy. It's almost like you're stroking something across something that's very.
Can you point it out?
Yeah, something that has a lot of texture in a way. So, I don't know how to explain this.
That the synth
It's
bass.
throughout the
It's
whole.
like it's a synth. Yeah.
Throughout the whole song.
It's I just thought of that as the bass line.
Yeah, but you can call it that.
It's
the bass
very
line.
crunchy.
It is the bass line, but I just realized like, oh my god, it's so crunchy. I love it. But it's like listening to the song. If you just focus on one part.
That's exactly what I love about this. It's exactly the same as the animation. Like you have to listen to this multiple times to get everything out of it. Just like you have to watch this multiple times to get. This is like that's why I was like, this is such perfect synergy of like the music style and the animation style. Like I'd like to believe that this is kind of the stuff Viktor makes anyway. Like, this is his style of
Hey,
music.
Viktor, if you're still here, that fucking slaps.
It fucking slaps. And that's why I thought, like, you know, this is why I thought this music fits. Because I feel like his music is very similar to my style of animation. Somebody's gambling in the bottom.
Oh my god, they're gambling. What the hell? And can I say, like, this is the first time you've done, like, a stream like this?
Yeah. If you like talking about animation and art stuff, you could do more things like this. I actually think this is a good way to do things after each big animation that comes out. Whether or not we have, like, as long of a thing with as many guests, I'm not sure. But I think, like, having some kind of retrospective about the things we did.
Give everyone a follow. Keep an eye on what they do.
Have a great day or night.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.